18 years of age, and that's when people are seeing the best natural physique for a teenager in the world, possibly ever. But the question is it actually possible that he's natural? I mean, Larry Wheels from North Alabama, he said that he's natural. Julian claims that he's natural. But is he? I read about other people, of course, are going to make it. Oh, he's a fake guy. Just look at him. He doesn't pass the eyeball test. It's obvious. But they didn't ask him. And so, consider this. Was it possible? Possible that he was one of the... What are the odds of that? That a rare freak would come out of nowhere and then we would somehow find out of it that it's this guy. I mean...
The bounce house, and it's easy to see why they call it that. Home of the Knights of UCF. What do you think about that? And this crowd is ready for a big one. What a game we have in store for you today. A Big 12 showdown, and the implications could last for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the UCLA Bruins taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Knights will kick it away to start.
I mean, if we were to go into court and have to debate this, would he be found guilty or would he be found innocent? And if there was a gun to your head, you were forced to choose, your life's on the line, would you be certain? And so on May 31st, remember, I'm going to show this picture.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Makes a move. He's got an alley. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bruins.
How about that play? Yeah, that was a great job by the return man, but how about the execution and the blocking? Everybody getting a hat on a hat. They set up that return perfectly. You can't start a game better than that.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Well, I'd say that's quite a way to make an early statement. Take the opening kickoff and run it all the way back for a touchdown. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Knights offense will have the first possession of the game. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
Man, it's so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
The Knights headed quickly to the line.
Just worked out there. He was looking in phenomenal shape. Probably the best he's ever been.
Looking for a physical attack from the guys. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23?
And his response, very telling. Yes, of course.
To the air, it's Ashmore.
Good test accepted.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sidelines. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Knights decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. So UCLA's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The Bruin uniforms look pretty, but don't let it fool you. They'll stick their face in the fan and run it tough like a Freeman McNeil used to.
Okay, a good pull. Freeman McNeil, I don't remember him, but I do remember a guy like Maurice Jones-Drew, who's a little bowling ball and just ran physical, and just finding those guys that you can feature in your offense.
Got it set up on the outside. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, UCLA! What a catch and run for 6.
And when you run these screenplays, you're trying to get your playmaker the ball in space, and what a great job. They get it to the running back, but look at the blocks out in front. Everybody paving the way, creating some space, and then he's got so much speed, he can take care of the rest. Really, really nice screen pass.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
It's in the genetics. All of this is fine and dandy. I mean, but still.
He'll bring it out. It's West.
And so I stayed.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. They'll line up for a second down play. Dropping back, it's Ashmore. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. The Knights moving quickly to the line.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
The back goes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. They want to get this defense on its heels. Off play action. Fires to the tight end. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Knights have this offense rolling. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. The great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't going to happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, the defense knows that they're going to have to go horizontal sideline to stop this offense. Nice job rallying to the running back who catches that swing pass out on the perimeter.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Quickly complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. The Knights trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Got his man quickly. Touchdown, Knights! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Trying to get to, he uncorks one deep. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
And back to the air on second down. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Got his man down the middle. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. He's taking the shot.
Ooh, that was terrible.
And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? A great spot to start this drive for the offense. He leaves it with his back. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. The Knights will hustle to the line. Holds it on the bootleg fake. It's complete on the right side. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. The run from the shotgun. Shakes off the tackle. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Splits the uprights, it's good.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. From the gun, the running back has it. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. The Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. And here comes the offense on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Makes his connection. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. More precision throws from this Bruin quarterback, much like a Rick Neuheisel used to play.
Just pinpoint accurate. Put the ball right where you want to. You think about Troy Aikman, you think about some of those other great names in UCLA history.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. He wants to throw. Got his man. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Bruins are threatening in the red zone. They'll run it from the gun. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down. Understand the situation. Understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
They'll give it to him again. Headed to the end zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Turning to the running game on first and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bruin. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah lane.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. It didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to throw at Dashmore. They'll run the screen. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Knights want to crank the tempo. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. First snap in the red zone on this drive. He's got it on the right. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. 1st and 10 coming up. From the shotgun, they'll run it. At the 45, on its way. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15.
Another big play for this offense, and I'll tell you, historically, on the best UCLA units offensively, whether they're throwing it, whether they're in the shotgun, whether they're going up-tempo or they're not, it's always so important to have balance. They've always had a guy they can turn around and hand the football off to keep defenses honest. This guy with his power and his speed, he really gives this offense a lot of flexibility.
Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. On 2nd down, he'll fire. That pass is incomplete. They're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
It doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got his man. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. Makes the grab. At the 20, he's got space. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UCLA. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in week 10. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Only 7 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Let's see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Finds his big tight end. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down. And the Bruins will kick it away to start the 2nd half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the 2nd half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, I don't know if the big fella got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has gotten to make for his quarterback.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. To the air, it's Ashmore. Unleashes one. Another incompletion on third down. The Knights will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. UCLA will go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were
looking deep down the right side. It's complete. Touchdown, Bruins. And the route is on.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field to score. There's no end in sight for these guys.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get it.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
The give on the inside. Runs through a tackle. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on third and long. The Knights send out the punt unit. He's got great speed. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Fires to the tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. And now on second down for this offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Bruins racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Yeah, and obviously this offense has had their way, getting a huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Gets it out fast. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
And the Bruins have it in scoring position on touchdown UCLA. And the stomping has commenced.
Man, oh man, what a day. His third touchdown rushing, showing you he's got a little bit of everything and padding those stats, and all you fantasy football guys, if you have my man at running back, it's a good day.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make the play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. It's a draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And they sniff that draw out. With a draw unit, you really have to sell that pass like you're going to throw the ball down the field. But the defensive line, the defense was not biting it. You could tell they were ready for it. Came, got on the running back, got him on the ground, quick fast, and in a hurry.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. UCLA will go back to work on offense. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Looking to move it through the air. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. Still on his feet at the 45. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down. Right back to the well. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit them for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Trying to find his man on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Bruins in the hurry-up.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
The give to the back. Fights off a defender. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. Hand off to the fullback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the defense stopped him again on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Bruins! And the pummeling has started. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse.
All kinds of running room. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. You love to deliver a punch on the first play of the drive. They've got it at the 46 on first down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
This time he's got his man. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
That guy might not be the tallest wide receiver in the world, but he sure is quick coming out of his break, and he shows you on that slant throw.
He's looking to throw it. Finds the tight end. Slips one guy, now he's loose. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
Fires to the big fella. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a fourth and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the fourth down.
Just drives in between the uprights. Let's not say they cut into the deficit of that field goal. Maybe just, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. Fielded in the end zone, it's Allen. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, he's got...
And he breaks into the open. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
A lot of offensive coordinators love to screen you to death and work the ball down the field, Jesse, but a negative play like that will take you out of your game plan.
And that's not the last screen that they've got in their playbook offensively. They're going to try and do it a few different other ways, but give the defense credit. D-line doing a nice job watching the quarterback, stopping the rush, and everybody just seemed to hone in on the running back on that screen.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. They're trying to get to him. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? The offense lining up for a first down play. He wants to throw. He looks that one in nicely. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. Looking to throw, it's Ashmore. He's got his man, makes the grab. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. To the air on first down. Coming after it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're...
And the freshman will chalk up a sack. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Fires into traffic, picked off. Bulldozes his way through. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Line gets set, first down. The handoff, keep working on that clock.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. Wants to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop.
Wants to throw on second down. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. One more play to pad the stats. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Final pass falls to the turf, and that'll be the ball game. The rankings, the odds makers, everything indicated that these guys had a big hill to climb. But they climbed it, they got to the top, and they get a landmark win.
And we know